Hi everyone, I'm going to make a card today for my nephew, and I'm going to be using this little stamped image. I think it's called Birthday Ian, that I colored in with my Copics, and the Echo Park Scoot 6x6 paper pad. And I will talk you through it, but I'm going to put it on fast forward and then I'll do a voiceover later. But these are the papers, and they're just adorable. There's so many cute papers in here, I don't even know which ones to start with. But I'm going to go ahead and pick out my papers and put you on fast forward, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I'm starting out with a piece of paper tray ink cardstock cut to 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored that down the middle, and I just cut a piece of that stripe paper to fit the front, which is 5.5 by 4.25, and I'm gluing that down with the Glue Glider Pro, which I'm trying out and I'm really liking it so far. And then I'm going to put a strip of that orange paper on the right hand side there, and then I'm going to take my Birthday Ian stamped image that I colored with my Copics, and I'm going to glue him down. But first I think I'm going to get some distress ink excuse me, and that is how I store my distress ink pads in that little binder. So I'm just going to distress the edges with Faded Jeans distress ink so it'll stand out a little more, because that background is really busy. And now I'm using foam dots to pop it up off the page, just to give it some dimension and a shadow. And now I'm also going to put foam dots on the back of my stamped image. And I'm going to move that in a minute, but right now that's where I put it. So I'm debating over using the sticker because it's got an off-white background instead of white, and all the colors in the papers are white, but in the end I think I just decided to go for it. So I was thinking about putting that little toothpick banner sticker thing up there, but I changed my mind. I had a really hard time with this card. I got stuck a few times, but in the end it turned out cute. So I'm trying to figure out where to put that giggle sticker, so I decided to move that stamped image up a little so that I could put a label down at the bottom. And I do end up using the Happy Birthday to You, even though it's off-white and not white. I'm making this card for my nephew, and he's a baby, so he won't care. So I'm using this to that dot roller adhesive to, I was just showing how you can see it on the toothpick, to glue the toothpick down to my card, and then put that little pennant on it with a foam dot, and then I moved it over a little bit. And there's a blank spot right there, so I'm looking for a sticker or something to go in between the pennant and the banner that says Happy Birthday to You. So I started out looking through this Dear Lizzie Lucky Charm sticker booklet, but nothing was the right size. So then I just started going through all my label stickers, and I keep all my stickers in that little bin that you saw a second ago. So I go through here and I try out a couple of different ones that don't really work. I thought I was going to use this one, and I put it up on Pop Dots, but then in the end I decided to change it to something else. It's kind of an awkward space right there, and I didn't plan ahead, so if I had planned ahead I would have started with the background, like a sticker first, and then put the pennant and the label down, but I didn't think ahead. I rarely do that. So this is the sticker that I do end up going with, and I'm just taking everything up again. One thing I like about these this to that adhesive foam dots is that you can pick them up, like if you need to move something on your card, you can pick it up and move it. It doesn't stick right away. So I'm putting some more adhesive on that toothpick and putting that banner down, and now I still have a blank spot there, so I'm looking for something else that I can put in there. I found this, and I don't know, I liked the way it looks, so I just cut it down a little bit and stuck it in behind the popped up images, and then moved my banner, my pennant banner once again. And there we go. That's the front of the card, and I think I'm going to add some enamel dots. Yeah, so I'm going to add 3 enamel dots up at the top left corner in green. and I fussed with what size to use for a little bit. But that's the front of the card. It's done. And now I'm thinking about the inside of the card. So I'm looking for some pattern paper, and I went through my scraps, and I was just showing you how I store my scraps. I put an envelope, a big envelope on the back of my 6x6 paper pads, and I cut it in half and glue it on there, and then I keep all my scraps in there. That way they're attached to the 6x6 paper pad. And if you're interested, I have a video showing you how to do that. Just search for 6x6 paper pads storage or something like that. It'll pop up. So now I'm getting a little banner to put at the top of the pattern paper on the inside of the card, and I'm just gluing that down. And then I took another piece of paper, the green paper, and put that down the middle so I can stamp happy birthday or something like that on it. And this is the SP & Company Bold Sentiments 3 birthday stamp set, and I was just showing you how I store my stamps in CD cases on those Crafters Companion cards. It's much safer for your stamps than putting them directly on the plastic casing. So I'm using some blue Versacolor ink to stamp Party Like It's Your Birthday. And I was showing you the two stamps that I use on the back of my cards most of the time. That one's Created by Cat, and then the other one's just a kitty cat image from, I think it's Paper Smooches. So there's the card. It's all finished.